Sunday at 4 Eastern, catch the Boston Legacy hosting Sophia Wilson and the Portland Thorns in an NWSL battle right here on CBS Sports Network. From NWSL to the AVP. As we look now to Taryn Brasher, one of the most elite blockers in the world, giving us a chance now to talk some MVP for the AVP. It's an award given out by the players, voted on by the players, but we're going to toss it up and also put our own mix in. Cameron Irwin and Kevin Barnett. All right, Kev, let's have the MVP discussion. Looking now to the top contenders. Taryn Brasher, make the case.
I like it. Taryn Brasher, the most effective attacker at the net in many cases. She's gotten bigger on the block this season. I think the serve could be even more of an upgrade. We've seen her go on two quite a bit when teams are trying to challenge to get away from her. They don't want to serve her, so I really like the way she's played. And then Kelly Chang of Miami, we knew this partnership was going to be good this season, and they have built throughout the year.
Is she your vote for the MVP?
Oh, you want it early before we get the third candidate out here?
I do.
You're thinking we're the same?
So
I'm going to vote for Kelly Chang.
I'm voting for Kelly Chang.
I knew it.
I think she's had one of the most complete seasons in 2026. However, Brandy Wilkerson, you could also make the argument, even though her offensive numbers have dropped off in 2026, she has 6 wins with 3 different partners, which, by the way, is the same thing that took place for Gina Rango in 2025 when she won the MVP.
Yeah, and I think you make a good case there with the partner switching and her continued excellence at block. She's been the best blocker in all the leagues, save maybe Phil Dahlhauser, her model when it comes to blocking. But I think you can make a case for all 3 of these women. I really like the way Kelly Chang has taken on the new partnership despite the lack of actual blocking. She's done a lot of channeling. I think if she takes a block, little gain in Chicago, Miami's going to be the champs.
You're looking at the Selkirk player profile, again, brought to you by Selkirk. I agree. I think Kelly Chang, she's up there in terms of the efficiency as well as the aces per set. She has been a true force in 2026. We agreed, Kevin.
I had the scouting report on you.
Coming up next, it's Brasher and Cruz facing off against Berg and Flynn, Dallas and Austin. Welcome back to the Progressive AVP League as we welcome you into the Comerica Center for the second match of the evening here in the finale of the regular season. 8 weeks, it has been a thing of beauty through the summer as the Austin Aces are now facing off against the Dallas Dream. Plain and simple, you win, you're into Chicago. You book your ticket to the shores of Lake Michigan for the championships as the Austin Aces started off hot 3-0. Since then, it has not gone their way, Kev.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is going to rest on Kristen Cruz and her ability to kill the ball effectively, hitting just .216 during that 3-match losing streak. But what I'm looking for from Austin right away and throughout is good body language. Somewhere along the way, they've lost their mojo. I want to see positive emotions, positive body language, especially on good plays. That hasn't always been present. Starting with some smiles here. Let's keep it going for Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz.
Have they found their dojo? Taryn Brasher, the 6'4" blocker, stepping out onto the sand, the product of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. A journey from Creighton to LSU, going 50-0 during her time with the Sandy Tigers, playing alongside this woman, the winningest player in NCAA beach volleyball history. Standing at just 5'6". Let me tell you, you don't want to be on the opposite side of the net of Kristen Cruz, one of the toughest, scrappiest defenders the world has ever seen. She does things no one else can.
And they've talked about their kind of slow starts in a lot of matches. No more slow starts, no more crutches. Come out fast.
Speaking of coming out fast, it is time for the Dallas Dream to find one win. Kylie DeBerg and Betsy Flint. They've won 2 of their last 3, and their last match, the team hitting efficiency was the highest mark of the season at .455. This team has to depend on the offense of Kylie DeBerg and the service pressure of both DeBerg and Flint.
Well, we thought that Kylie DeBerg would have the best brought out of her by the experience and the veteran presence of Betsy Flint. That has been the case in the last couple of matches. Kylie has been that match wrecker we thought that she would be. In this one, the key to victory, DeBerg picking up blocks and Betsy Flint getting kills.
Betsy Flint will be the defender in the backcourt. The mom of 2 making a return after taking the season off in 2025 to have her second little Odin. Cora also surely either in the stands or tuning in to cheer on mom. The proudest title she has is mother of 2.
She's here. I rode in the aisle ahead of these 2, and I heard her momming so hard back there, Betsy Flint. And also they were at the pool earlier today. Cora is having an amazing trip. Betsy would like to have an amazing victory here and punch a ticket to Chicago.
Well, we have a second during handshakes. Let's take a look kind of at the journey for the Austin Aces. We mentioned it, starting off 3-0 and then dropping 3 straight for your progressive stat pack. The numbers tell the story, Kevin.
Hey, they're stark, right? There's been a lot of things that have not been happening. Look at that blocks number, just 3 in the last 3 matches for Taryn Brasher. She also needs to pick up some blocks, and transition kills from Cruz are definitely necessary. The stops will come via the blocks. The kills and points have to come via the swings from Cruz. Fewer errors would help.
We had a chance to kind of check in with Taryn Brasher, and she shared this actually on social media. Because of those 3 straight losses, there was some self-reflection talking about just the unpredictability of this sport. You can be at the highest of highs. They won 3 straight Stadt events internationally, one of the highest awards that you can win in the sport of beach volleyball. They've won 3 of 5 contests internationally as well, and then they lose 3 straight here domestically. Plenty of reflection for this duo, but they're looking to get right.
There's always so much talk about what pro athletes have in their life. They don't have to go to the salt mines. They don't have to go punch a clock every day. This life has its own challenges that are unique to it, and sometimes you just got to grind your way through it. You know, Austin's in a unique position here as they side out that first ball easily. If they get 2 sweeps here, they will be the number 2 seed. Or they could end up out of the playoffs.
Plenty to play for here in Dallas. LA picking up, or excuse me, San Diego picking up the win in our previous match. They are just 1 win away now from Chicago. But between these 2, you win and you're in, both sitting with 3 wins on the season.
The offense of Kylie DeBerg is not going to be enough here alone. They had a match earlier. She hit 700 versus Miami. Betsy hit 0, and it was an 0-2 loss. So keep your eye on Flint when she does get the opportunity to side out here, if she can consistently put the ball away.
And we did talk with Kylie DeBerg earlier this season, and she actually had this matchup circled because of the previous match with the Austin Aces, saying this is the rivalry franchise. They are that in the Austin Aces, but they want to try and find a little redemption against this duo, as there's the full layout. Kristen Cruz right on the mark.
I think we talk a lot about the mechanics of Kristen Cruz. One of the things maybe we haven't talked enough about is her ability to get out of the sand. Look, she's down, up into her approach. As her feet are planted, she's not even up yet, and she's into her approach. Her quickness from down to up, perfection.
Again, just 5'6".
Really good at burpees.
That's something I cannot say. Taryn Brasher points to the sand. Did she get a thread of that line?
Indeed she did.
They're going to give it to her. Quick start here for the Austin Aces.
No question, that one definitely on the line.
Taryn Brasher sits at the highest mark in terms of kills per set for active players in the Progressive AVP League in 2026. As she finds the back line.
Yeah, interestingly, that has not been a strength. Aces is in their name, but not in their game. That's just the 10th ace on the season now in 16 sets. And they are just +5 overall, so they're not giving anything up. They have 10, they've given up 5. They gave up 0 aces last week. And there's still gains to be had there, right? If you're not giving up aces, but you're still not getting them, it's in your control. It's the only closed chain skill in the game. Put some pressure on your opponent, pick up some points. Nice start for Austin.
Let's look now to the Austin Aces schedule, because you mentioned it. They have a chance not just to clinch a spot into Chicago, but they can also improve and find that #2 seed if they walk away with 2 sweeps. They faced off against Miami early. That was that of Chang and Kraft. Dallas right now at the 2-0 mark in their previous meeting. Then they had New York. And since then, it was 3 straight losses. In terms of the Palm Beach Passion, that really tossed a little wrench into it. DeBerg and Flynn on the opposite side. It's been a little bit more up and down in terms of their 2026 season.
Yeah, a lot of it's been Betsy Flint's ability to side out. She did have a very nice match this last time. Hit 385, had 8 kills. They won blocks 4-1 when beating Brooklyn, 15-12, 15-10.
Option play and full effect, not surprising out of the timeout.
Yeah, the ball control of Flint, her ability to locate the ball with the platform, not only position but also pace, is something that Kylie DeBerg has benefited from and increasingly gone with the option.
The high riser off of Flint's serve. She gets a touch. But that's what makes Kristen Cruz simply so good. Just the precision on this shot selection. And the blocking signal of her partner with plenty of float there. Taryn Brasher, Kristen Cruz, longtime friends, as there's an ace for Kylie DeBerg.
Yeah, that one is dirty. If you can hit that all the time, you're going to score a ton. That is just the 5th ace on the season for DeBerg.
We talked to Kylie DeBerg about her serve. She said the true float is actually pretty difficult to her. A true topspin, it gives her a little bit more clear mindset, as there's a little bit of a roller. The option play, perfect pass, or shall I call it a set from Kristen Cruz.
Yeah, I was chatting with one of the men's players about Miles Partain and his ability to attack on 2. And some other times when Miles played with other partners, he hasn't liked the way that the ball is passed. It doesn't afford him a good opportunity on 2. So I think we talk a lot about the versatility of attackers in that way, but the pass has to be there.
Groveling, blocked back, just wide. Just digging their knees through the sand. Brasher and Cruz double it up over the Dallas Dream. Check out this dig. Only Kristen Cruz Our version of the granddaddy of them all coming up next Sunday at 1 Eastern. CBS Sports Network serves up more action right in the sand. The competition heads to the mecca of beach volleyball in Southern California for the AVP Manhattan Beach Open. You can catch it here next Sunday at 1 Eastern. Who will enshrine themselves on the pier in the South Bay? A great crew of AVP fans. Actually, front runners trying to get on camera. I love it, the effort from that crew you just saw. As you see Kylie DeBerg alongside Betsy Flint, they have been working on the option attack. Right now they are trailing by 4 as Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz have been perfection, 6 of 6 for the duo. But specifically for the Dallas Dream, you talked about needing a pass in the right location. They've actually moved that further off the net in terms of trying to find the option play. You
have to find what the passer is capable of, but also what puts the hitter at comfort. They definitely wanted DeBerg further off the net. And there, like, you can set her further off the net. Missed contact that time is why it doesn't go down.
Yeah, and interesting, they go away from Betsy Flint there. Say, we don't want to deal with the option play. We'd rather just deal with DeBerg on 3. The 3-0 run now for Brasher and Cruz. From right to left, loading up, and plenty of force. That's fun. You don't often get to see the double contact in beach volleyball. Not in that way.
Should just go with it and see if it's okay. I mean, it was good for Phil in the mountains this year, right, in Aspen?
Correct. It didn't look like it had a ton of tempo, but I'll tell you, that serve had movement.
Well, the miss here was Kristen Cruz trying to scoop that one. Watch, the last one, she's trying to scoop this for her partner, and she misses. I think she took her eye off it and tried to push it up to where she was going, and ended up missing the ball at the last moment. Again, that was meant to be on 2.
Again, the ball moves differently here in an arena setting as opposed to outside. Sometimes you almost wish there was a little bit of wind because you knew what to expect in that regard. Riding the ship is Kristen Cruz, the new homeowner in Louisiana. The furthest distance these two have now lived apart. Previously it was just 105 steps as they shared an apartment complex. But don't worry, there is a room in Kristen Cruz's new house for Taryn Brasher, and they even raised the chandelier for her.
I think it's butterfly themed, that room, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the official theme of the house.
Maybe just a room. Delayed shot there from Taryn Brasher.
Yeah, Taryn's been rather vocal about the struggles that they've kind of been through and the mindset of this and thinking about you get to do this for a living. There are real challenges. But said her husband Eric's been a big positive in that regard, reminding her what a special time this is in her life. And that even though it comes with all those challenges, this is something you should maximize while you're here and have the ability.
Maximizing the serve as well. Quick move. Flint making eye contact with Brasher. She finds the top of the block. This is looking like Brasher and Cruz of old, and I mean that in the best possible sense. Taryn Brasher with tough service pressure, adding in the block as well. Currently hitting .889 as a team. They do not have an error on their side of the net. Late pull, and it works yet again. A different defensive scheme against Dallas.
All aces here in set number 1, 13-7.
Just missed contact. It's good to drive the ball down the middle, but you do have to keep it in. I'd stay on Betsy here, but hit your best serve, really. Wherever it trails, it's okay.
Some more oomph on that serve from Taryn Brasher. It's fun when you bring an athlete like that indoors and again in shallow sand. It means she can get after it that much more.
Well, and also look at the score. I mean, that becomes very freeing as an athlete. You're working on something. A serve has been a big focus for Taryn Brasher this year. And here's an opportunity where you have a big lead. You're feeling confident. You're doing everything right. Go ahead, get back there and let it loose.
A true read and react team on the side of the Austin Aces. This time, making lemonade.
Yeah, think of it this way. If you hit birdies out on the course and you're feeling good, you have a new driver and you really want to kind of get after it, let out a whoop, then yeah, that's the time on that third hole to just say, hey, things are my way. Today's my day.
I think it means you got a little more grace on that final shot. 14-8 here, set point for the Austin Aces. Another quick touch, open net, and unloading. Wanted 1% more layout on that arm swing. Increasing velocity, that was the mission for Kristen Cruz in 2026. She does it off the scoop and deliver, ending on a 9-4 run.
Yes, ma'am. Let's go. We don't got all night. Oh, yes! Yes, come on there. She was asking me how to do it. Ian, yes, fantastic. Let's go.
You have to hold it in one hand and then you do it like that.
Yeah, I know, Steve. Get in there. Get in there. The form. That was going in. That was on the line. Yes.
What if it doesn't even go over?
There had to be one finally. It's still impressive, though. Still impressive. All the pressure of the entire family for you, young man. Standing in front of the line. There you go.
Let's go!
They always love you, and you always love them, yes. Let's go. You got this, young lady. Yes! Hey, first sky ball. That's pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good.
Let's take a look now at our progressive performance. It has to go the direction of Taryn Brasher. 3 kills, 0 errors, 1 block, 1 ace as well. Truly impressive, Taryn Brasher. Truly bashing the ball.
Yeah, you like when you fill in the stat sheet, right? Not just doing one thing well, you're doing everything well. And that was true actually for the entire pair. For the Austin Aces, they hit 909, end up with 10 kills on 11 attempts, 0 errors. That'll win every single time.
He's Kevin Barnett, I'm Cameron Irwin. That's Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz as we get set for the second set. The Austin Aces looking to clinch a spot into the championships in Chicago. Now they are just 1 set away. In this matchup against the Dallas Dream, you see the numbers now for Kristen Cruz, 7 kills, 0 errors. We talked about her offense and how it had dropped just a bit in their time in New York, whether that was in Central Park or out in East Hampton, but those are numbers that you're gonna be really happy with.
Yeah, 7 of 7.
7 of 7. Brasher 3 of 4, 0 errors on their side of the net. And starting off set 2 with an ace.
Maybe inspired by the skyball competition between sets where the crowd was into it because everyone in the competition hit it to the ceiling and in the court.
Betsy Flint, Manhattan Beach Open champion, tracks one there, right hand, runs it short. Cruz, no approach, she doesn't need it.
Kristen Cruz has a lot of good attributes, all right? From her touch to her speed. Perhaps her best attribute is her ability to wait. She is patient on defense, waiting for that ball to be contacted and then firing with the speed and the touch and her transition ability. The more patient she is, the more effective she is defensively.
Not a ton of patience here from the Austin Aces, showcased in set number 1, though, when you take a look at that set score, 15-9, or excuse me, 15-8 winning in the first, as that ball's out of bounds. I got a chance to catch up with Kylie DeBerg, and I asked her in this new partnership alongside Betsy Flynn in 2026, what's something you've learned about your partner now that you've spent so much time? Get this. When Betsy was little, she actually carried around a clipboard and made to-do lists for her siblings based on what she thought needed to be done. So the question, Kevin, is what needs to be done on the side of the Dallas Stream to find this second set?
Take the easy opportunities. Like that last one. You had a chance to get a kill, couldn't get there. And you're going to have to serve tough, too. You're going to do something to destabilize the offense for Brasher and Cruz. I would take a little more risk on the service game, because you're going to have to find a way to get them out of the rhythm that they've been in.
Service pressure, let's see it. Betsy Flint.
Okay, I like it.
Fended off, though. Cruz, both defenders back down the line. It was a 5-1 start for Austin in the first, as they now sit 4-1.
Be clear about the responsibilities for reception here, too.
That's the kind of swing you want on the side of Dallas.
Yeah, Kylie showing you the chops that made her a star indoors at Missouri first. The ability to not only hit it heavy, but hit it with some good angles. Don't let Kristen just sit in the pocket and soak it up. Hit it around her.
Kylie was a bit of a journey woman through her collegiate days, from Illinois to Missouri to LSU. Went 2-6 last season alongside Haley Harward playing for Dallas Stream. She's already improved that record in 2026.
So remember what's at stake here for Austin and Dallas. Get a victory, you go to Chicago. They're 10 points away if you're Austin from putting the struggles behind you and Chicago ahead of you.
When we talked to Brasher and Cruz, they talked about wanting to be that #1 seed, going undefeated in the season. After dropping 3 straight, they still have a chance to take home an AVP League title in Chicago. They need a win, though.
And they could be the #2 seed if they sweep through here, if they win this set and then 2 tomorrow. Try and go jump serve to a line here. How about Kylie DeBerg's left?
That would be her left.
He tried. Way far left. That was the one you just shake off.
Well,
you just go,
shake
yeah,
off
whatever.
and smile at the same time.
Perfect. Perfect.
You'd see the improvement from the previous 3 matches for Brasher and Cruz in the numbers tonight. Well above 800 as a team, still without an error in the attacking phase. The only errors we've really seen are in the service game. Big block, slowing down the option.
Position and timing is how you end up getting stuff blocks, both on point here for Austin.
The Austin Aces doubling up the score yet again here in set number 2. Texas in the Comerica Center. Welcome back to the Progressive AVP League in the Comerica Center. Week 8 action in full swing as the Austin Aces are taking on the Dallas Dream. Second set action, 8-4, the Austin Aces with a steady lead. Cameron Irwin alongside Kevin Barnett. Is there any slow in that train?
Well, I thought we were kind of in full spin here, Cameron, is what I thought we were in. Dizzy bat going on. This is for playoffs here right now that we knew coming in all 4 teams could either end up out or end up into the playoff. San Diego took a huge step earlier coming up with the sweep victory. They just need one more. Here, we're sending somebody to Chicago perhaps after this set. I really like what Austin has done, stabilizing themselves, putting a lot of pressure on the service, and playing complete otherwise.
What a remarkable journey it would be if Brasher and Cruz go 3-0 to start the season, drop 3 straight, win in 2 sweeps this weekend to steal the number 2 seed from the Miami Mayhem. Like, that's what's on the table for the Austin Aces right now.
Yeah, and they're certainly capable of that. This is more what we're used to from the Austin Aces. I had written down for the last couple of matches, strange match, because they won some categories, right? But it wasn't really them. They made uncharacteristic errors at the end of sets. It didn't feel like the normal pair we've gotten used to, been so dominant both nationally and internationally since they emerged out of college back in 2021.
First time we saw him in the AVP, it was a victory, a title back in Atlanta that came through the qualifier, and everyone was stunned, thinking, no way, this collegiate duo, this rookie duo has what it takes. 2 years later, they find themselves in Paris competing as Olympians. Right off the top of Brasher's block. And interesting, too, Brasher in 4 of the last 5, she hadn't seen a block. That was part of the issue on their side of the net. Already 2 in the mix this evening.
Yeah, we showed you that number early on, right? 7 blocks in the first 3 matches that they were all victorious. Then 3 blocks in the next 3 matches, all of which they lost. Aces were similar, 7-2. So 7 aces in the first 3, 2 over the next 3. We've seen that change abruptly.
One of those losses you look at and you're going, makes a little bit of sense. One of the other toughest teams in the world, and Humana Predis and Wilkerson, that was a straight sweep that kind of set the Jenga tower falling. 13-11, 11-15.
Yeah, and if you remember that first set, it was 2 errors by Christian Cruz at the end that just put it down. Other than that, it was a back and forth set, could have been anybody's match. That's where the mojo went elsewhere. But it's back.
Without a doubt. Then they faced off against Denenberg and Newberry. Devin Newberry stepping in for the Brooklyn Blaze, filling in for Julia Donlin back in East Hampton, walking away with 2 wins and securing a spot in Chicago. And then Rice and Urango took them down with a 3-set victory. The hitting errors on screen. Austin still flawless. Little tomahawk dig from Kristen Cruz, who leaves it up on a platter.
If you were with us earlier, you saw Gina Urango and her court vision, her ability to identify what's available in a bang-bang play. Same thing here from Kristen Cruz. She can feel, she can see out of her periphery that that I formation has taken shape on the other side, and she has so much space off to her right. And then not only can she see it, she can execute it.
From Tommy to top shelf, Kristen Cruz, 12 kills, 0 errors, 2 away from double-digit digs. Betsy Flint with a little emphasis.
Yeah, some pop, some frustration let out in that one. All's not lost here for Dallas. Kylie DeBerg can get hot with a couple of blocks, couple of transition kills.
She just leaves you looking. That's what you call an ankle breaker in this sport. The Austin Aces 3 away from a sweep of Dallas. Playing some defense, easy in the angle. Cruz with a big jump to her right.
Inspiration to all the littles everywhere, soaking up a top shelf attack from DeBerg. Right there, takes all the speed off it, comes to her partner, works back out. And you can't hit the shot better than that, right? Clear the hands by 3 inches, stay in by 3 inches, about a foot from the end line, 2 away.
They decide to stay on DeBerg, and another stolen. And the first hitting error for Kristen Cruz. 18 kills as a double-double in effect for Kristen Cruz. As this one just finds the top of the tape. The first error. She's 14 of 16.
Yeah, this is a remarkable performance that continues there. Welcome back, Austin. We missed you for a little while. My favorite thing for them is the fast starts, the 5-1, the 4-1, because they've talked about their inability to do that. Here, they've executed it.
Match point for the Austin Aces. Tight ball, and a house built in Austin. Block number 3, and the sweep for the Aces.
Beautiful thing in sport, everything can be going the wrong direction, and in a moment, you can work your way back to everything going the right direction. There is nothing that Austin did not do at an elite level tonight in Dallas.
Just one hitting error on the side of Kristen Cruz. It was a 3-block performance from Taryn Brasher, sealing off the final point. Brasher and Cruz just one step closer to taking that number 2 seed as they have officially booked their ticket to Chicago. Yep. I was gonna say, how much? Whoa, it's like we got 14 minutes here, buddy. Okay. Okay.